Yo, so how's it going guys? Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. So in today's video I'll be showing you guys all of the unreleased vehicles from the Smugglers Run DLC. As I'm sure some of you guys might be aware by now, with the last 5 big DLCs that have come out in GTA 5 Online, the files have included secret hidden cars that Rockstar Games plan on drip feeding to us over the next few months in little mini micro DLCs. So in this video I will be letting you guys know what you can expect to see in GTA 5 Online in the coming weeks, as well as the prices of these vehicles and a bit more information about them. So as always, do be sure to drop a like down below if you guys do support this channel, and do feel free to subscribe as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay then, so let's start things off with the Hunter Attack Helicopter. Now of course we did see this vehicle being featured in the trailer for the Smugglers Run DLC, and there was a huge amount of hype for this helicopter, but disappointingly it wasn't available for us to buy on Warstock Cash and Carry or the Elite's website on Tuesday. And that's simply because Rockstar Games plan on releasing this aircraft with a special event, maybe alongside a brand new adversary mode that will be based around this vehicle. As I'm sure some of you guys are already aware, we do have a ton of adversary modes in the game. However, we don't really have that many adversary modes that are based in the air, so it would make sense for Rockstar Games to bring out a brand new adversary mode as well with one of these special weeks with this new Hunter helicopter. However, as you guys can see on screen right now, the Hunter helicopter can be seen online throughout a bunch of different hangar resupply missions, and I actually spoke about this vehicle in my ultimate hangar money guide, which I did do a few days ago, so do be sure to go and check that out if you guys haven't seen it yet, as I did go into full detail about everything you guys need to know when it comes to making money from a hangar, like the best products to source, how you guys can avoid losing your product in case someone destroys it, as well as saving you guys a bunch of time with tips and tricks like avoiding a cooldown period. So I will leave that link down below in the description. But as I did say in that video, this helicopter will hands down be the best helicopter in the game upon its release. Not only is it much faster than the other helicopters, but it has a lock-on homing missiles as well as a carpet bomb, so definitely one of the more OP vehicles that will be getting released in the coming weeks. So unfortunately it can't be bought yet, but like I said, can still be used for a bunch of online missions with your hangar. However, once this thing is released to the public, it will be released at a trade price of $3,100,000, so it isn't cheap whatsoever, and that is the trade price worth adding. So the buy now price without doing any hangar missions will easily set you guys well over $4 million. So not cheap whatsoever, but like I said, it will be the best helicopter in the game, so probably is worth the investment if you guys are going to be grinding that money to earn that back. Now the next unreleased vehicle is called the Bomb Booshka, another epic looking plane that wasn't released on Tuesday. Now this plane was also featured in the trailer, and going off the trailer it was quite hard to see how big this thing was actually going to be, but I think it's safe to say going off these images, this thing looks humongous. Now it will have a trade price of $4,450,000, so the buy it now price will definitely be over $5 million. So this aircraft isn't going to be cheap whatsoever, but this plane is turreted and does look like it comes with a bunch of cool features, and I am wondering whether, because it is quite bigger than the other aircrafts, whether we'll be able to seat more players in this aircraft or even use it like to transport vehicles, almost like we could with a Titan back in the day. Definitely be sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the description. Now moving on to the third vehicle, and this being the Mammoth Mogul. Now just like the Hunter helicopter, which I did cover at the start of the video, this can already be seen in the game. It's actually the plane that you guys have to steal for the very first introductory mission to your hangar. So once again, whilst it can be used in the game as of right now, it cannot be purchased right now. But when Rockstar Games do end up releasing this via the Warstock Cash and Carry website, it will have a trade price of $2,350,000. Now of course that is the trade price, so the buy it now price will most likely be more nearer to the $3 million mark. And of course we also did see this plane being used in the trailer, so we know for a fact it will have the option to fit bomb upgrades to it, and we can also see it is clearly turreted, so it should be a pretty decent vehicle overall when it comes to upgrading and customization. Now up next, the fourth aircraft is going to be called the Mammoth Pyro. Now as far as I'm aware, this isn't available to use within online right now, and it's not used in any of the missions, or at least from what I've seen personally. Now apparently it was shown for a split second in the trailer, but of course when something's shown for a split second, it's hard to tell exactly what it is, and I'm not gonna lie, in my personal opinion, it looks very sick. Definitely one of the most unique looking aircrafts in the game, and once again, this thing is not going to be cheap whatsoever. The trade price for the Mammoth Pyro will set you guys back 3,350,000, meaning of course the buy it now price will most likely be nearer to the 4 million mark. So not cheap whatsoever. However, moving on to aircraft number 5, and this one is going to be called the P-45 Nakota. Now of course this aircraft was featured quite a few times throughout the trailer. In fact, I'm pretty sure this vehicle had the most screen time out of all of the vehicles in the goddamn trailer, and it's quite clear to see it is a World War II plane, and it's actually based off the North American P-51 Mustang and resembles the Rustler from San Andreas, which a lot of you old school gamers will remember. However, it's not called the Rustler, it's called the P-45 Nakota, and once it's made available in the game, it will come at a trade price of $1,995,000. It is worth mentioning it also does come with quite a few upgrades too. For the standard version, you guys will get a turreted machine gun, and we will have the option to add some rocket launchers to it as well. So a pretty sick looking aircraft. Aircraft number 6 is this one right here. Once again, another very unique looking aircraft with the propeller above the cab itself, which looks very weird in my opinion. However, the name of this aircraft is called a Sea Breeze, and it will have a trade price of 850k with a buy it now price of just over $1 million. And honestly, with the price being so much lower than the other aircrafts, I can't see this one coming with many upgrades or special abilities. However, if the name of the vehicle was to imply anything, Sea Breeze, then the aircraft will probably be able to glide along water. Now this next aircraft is called the Buckingham Howard, and in case you guys haven't guessed it already, it is just a stunt plane. This plane won't come with any special abilities, it won't have any weapons or any turrets or anything like that, and it's literally just a new stunt plane. Now personally, I don't think it looks too different from the current stunt planes that we already have in the game. It definitely does look a lot more smoother, or a lot more cleaner, so it probably does come with better aerodynamics in the game. But like I said, this thing doesn't come with any special abilities whatsoever. However, it is still surprisingly very expensive. The trade price for this plane will set you guys back $950,000, which means the buy it now price will be definitely over $1 million. So I can't see many people buying that unless it unlocks like some sort of secret feature or secret ability in the game, like open next level of flight school. But me personally, I am not going to be wasting $1 million on a stunt plane. Now sticking on the theme of expensive overpriced aircrafts, let's move on to the final aircraft in this video, and that being the one that Rockstar Games named after yours truly, the P996 Laser. Now of course this aircraft has been in the game already, but has never been available for us to purchase, but according to the game files, the Laser will be getting released via the Warstar Cash and Carry website very soon, and of course it will be listed at a very reasonable price that I'm sure most of you guys can afford, only $6,500,000. Holy! And it is worth mentioning that is only the trade price, so if you was to buy it now, it would probably cost easily over $7 million, which is just insane and absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. As I'm sure most of you guys are probably aware by now, you can literally go ahead and get a free laser by just jumping into the military base, and if Rockstar Games do follow through with that $6.5 million price tag, you could literally buy 2 Hydra jets for the price of 1 laser. And in my personal opinion, and I think we can all agree, the Hydras are actually better than the laser, so for that reason I could definitely see Rockstar Games reducing the price closer to the date, although that is the price right now in the game files. That is not questionable, that is the actual price Rockstar Games have listed the laser for. So those were the 8 unreleased aircrafts. Now let's move on to the cars, and there's a total of 3 unreleased cars from the Smugglers Run DLC. So the first one being the car that you can see on screen right now, and this is the Rapid GT Classic, and as you guys can clearly see, it's basically a classic version of the Rapid GT that we already have in the game. And personally, I think it's a very nice looking car and appears to be based off the Aston Martin V8. Do be sure to correct me if I am wrong down below in the comment section. But once again, according to the game files, this vehicle isn't going to be that cheap. It will set you guys back $885,000. However, moving on to the second and only other supercar in the Smugglers Run DLC, and this is what it looks like right here. It's called a Coil Cyclone. Now of course, because it's a coil, it is going to be an electric car, and personally I also think this one looks very nice indeed. Now I'm not too sure what car this is based off in real life. I know a ton of you guys that do watch my videos know a ton about cars, so if you guys do have any idea what this is based off in real life, do be sure to leave a comment down below. However, just because it's an electric car doesn't mean it's going to be cheap. This car will set you guys back a whopping $1,890,000. And finally, the 11th unreleased secret vehicle from the Smugglers Run DLC is going to be this one right here. And boys, straight away it goes without saying, it looks exactly like the Batmobile from Batman. Yes, the actual Batmobile, and I've got to say, this thing looks absolutely insane. I remember a few months ago when Rockstar Games released the X80, everyone thought that was based off the Batmobile, but when you compare this thing to the X80, this thing makes the X80 look like a go-kart. You guys can see by these images, it will come with the rocket boost on the back, just like the Oppressor and the Rocket Voltic, which I love on the cars. You guys really need to make them quick getaways or just get into an area that usually you can't access when you're doing a mission or a run. I can definitely see myself using it a ton online. Now, for obvious reasons, Rockstar Games are not going to call it the Batmobile to save themselves a lawsuit from Warner Brothers, but instead they will be calling it the Vigilante, and the trade price, brace yourselves boys, will set you guys back $3,750,000. So it's more than likely the buy it now price will be easily over $4 million. Now, whilst that is very expensive and it might not be the best when it comes to being a weaponized vehicle for purely weapons, but for me personally, it is still worth every single penny just for the pure uniqueness of it. And it's a goddamn Batmobile, boys. Any of you guys that used to watch Batman, or you still do watch Batman probably, you guys know what I'm talking about. This car right here is legendary. So big props to Rockstar Games for actually thinking out of the box and just bringing these insane looking cars into the game. Now that's what they have to do, in my personal opinion. They should look into the modding community on PC, see what them guys are doing and how they can drag out a lifespan of a game for so long by just making new creative and sick mods, and just start doing it themselves. However, that is going to do it from me, guys. 11 secret hidden unreleased vehicles that Rockstar Games do plan on releasing over the next coming weeks. Do be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what vehicle are you guys most hyped for and what you guys make of these vehicles. As always, do be sure to drop a like down below and feel free to subscribe, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace!